say, kids, what time is it?
Hey, it's Edson with GeekTime TV, coming back to you with another issue of BRZRKR. This is BRZRKR number 8. I apologize, I've taken quite a while to get to this one. As a matter of fact, the next issue, number 9, comes out in the next couple weeks, so I'll have to get to that one a lot quicker. As a reminder, BRZRKR is published by Boom Studios with Keanu Reeves and Matt Kindt as the writers. Ron Garney with the art, Bill Crabtree with colors, and Clem Robbins with the lettering. Before we get into it, please take a moment to subscribe if you already haven't. It really does help us grow the channel. And also, I have to give the warning that there will be spoilers on this. So hopefully you've already read the issue, or please stop the video if you want to read the issue without getting the spoilers. So at the end of last issue, they were putting BRZRKR through what they call Protocol X, and that consisted of putting him inside this box, which he barely fit into, and burying him 2 miles underneath the desert, and seeing what would happen as the pressure mounts. So the beginning of this issue, number 8, we see what happens. There's an expulsion of energy that comes out of there as the countdown ends, and this particular strand of energy comes looking for Diana, who is the psychiatrist who's been working. Well, no, she's a scientist who's been working with with BRZRKR and trying to figure out what gives him his incredible abilities and his immortality. And the energy comes seeking her out specifically and goes into her, causing her to immediately lose conscience and crash to the floor. Caldwell, who we've met in the last issue, doesn't seem to be too concerned about it. He's showing his usual lack of empathy, and he looks at her and says, "Oh, she'll be fine." So then they immediately, right after that, there is a huge explosion, leaving a 2-mile wide radius of a crater, a 2-mile wide radius crater in the middle of the desert where the box was. Keever, who's the local military commander, he mentions that they lost 11 men on this, and of course Caldwell, his usual, doesn't seem to care too much. Well, they knew the risks, and then they move on. Nothing seems to faze him. So then they go investigate the crater that was left, and they find the box that BRZRKR was trapped in. Caldwell puts in the combination to open the box, and there they find nothing in there. No BRZRKR. There's nothing in there. So presumably the energy outburst was BRZRKR disappearing into they don't know where. And for the first time, you see Caldwell with a little bit of a surprise, what's going on here? He's not really sure. And next thing you know, we get to go on this sort of a flashback. We go back 80,000 years, but it's not like this jarring flashback right to 80,000 years. We see a series of beautiful scenes by Ron Garney, which takes you back little by little. It shows you the Earth as they go back 10,000 years, interval of 10,000 years until all the way to 80,000, which, if you remember from issue number 2, was when BRZRKR was born. And we see BRZRKR's mother being hit with the same type of energy, similar to what Diana was just hit with, the same type of energy. And it goes into her, looks like it goes into her womb, which I really can't tell whether she was already already pregnant and the energy is affecting her baby, or did the energy actually create the baby inside her. I'm not really sure, but then we see this energy in another series that series of more going backwards, backwards beyond 80,000 years, back like 100,000 years, 200,000 years. We see this energy coming from somewhere in outer space. So then we get back to the present, and Berserker Caldor's superiors are now talking to into his earpiece, panicking about losing Berserker. They just lost the best asset that they had, and he he's trying to calm them down. He says that it's not lost. They still have two other things going on here as they try to locate him if they can. And he shows that they've actually made clones of him, and they're saying through all the samples that they've collected over all this time that with their supercomputer they're able to synthesize the amino acids that will create the regenerative cells that Berserker has, and in the hopes of that they will bring the clones of him into being with the same type of powers that Berserker has, which, as you think about it, may not seem like a good idea, considering it's hard enough to try to control one person with such destructive abilities, but now it seems they're actually trying to create an army of them, so we'll see how that goes. And then we get to the end of the issue, circling back to Diana, who we last saw hit by that mysterious energy resulting from Berserker disappearing. She's suspended in a tank, still unconscious, but when Caldwell calls out to her, her eyes fly open, which is a bit of a shock because they don't look like her eyes. They don't even look like human eyes. And we're left wondering whether her body has been taken over by this force that created Berserker. And was this Caldwell's plan all along to make contact with this being through her body? Or is it Berserker himself who has possessed her? Remember, this is an issue where the main character doesn't appear at all throughout, which, well, at least not physically. And you think that would be kind of boring, but this creative team comes through once again. They make it very, very interesting as we get more clues to his origin. And then with this issue, we're 2/3 of the way through this whole story. We've seen many different aspects of this mysterious character, but obviously there's a lot more questions still to be answered as we speed towards the end, which I'm looking forward to. So that's it for number 8. Please leave a comment about what you thought of this issue, and what do you think of the story so far. And thank you for listening, and I will talk to you soon.
If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up below. Also, please subscribe to GeekTime TV. It really helps us grow the channel. And make sure you hit that bell icon in order to receive notifications every time we drop new content here. You can also check us out on social media on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at GeekTimeNet. Thanks again for watching. We will see you soon.
Say, kids, what time is it?